Hello my dear students, welcome back to the virtual class of ISC class 11 history. So in the previous class I taught you about Austro-Serbian rivalry, and today we are going to discuss the very important topic. Like most of the students, they don't know why did USA join the First World War? Because it was a European entanglement. The causes was surrounded around the European countries, right? Triple Alliance was formed, Triple Entente was formed. Then why then USA, that is America, jumped into the First World War? Okay, number of reasons are there. Some of the probable causes we are going to discuss today. So before I start the class, I would like to request you, those who have not subscribed my channel till now, please do subscribe it, okay, and share it among your friends so that it will reach to the unreached. Okay, so let's start our today's class. So as in the year 1914, the First World War is started with the entanglement of Germans' ambitious nature. The ruler and the emperor, we can say, William Kaiser, wanted to rule over the world, and due to that ambitious nature of William Kaiser, World War took place. Okay, so World War started with the attack on Serbia by Austria, and with that other alliances, they also jumped into the First World War. So war took place, and as the war progressed, my dear, war was fought on all the three continents. Even Europe was involved, America also was involved. Okay, and altogether for 80 big and small countries were involved in the First World War, directly or indirectly. That the courses will discuss some other day. So today our topic is why. The big question in front of us is, why did America or why did USA join the First World War? Okay, so as the war progressed, my dear, as the war progressed, in the year 1917, two important developments took place. Two important. Let me tell you which were the two important developments. The first one was due to Bolshevik revolution in Russia, that is USSR. Russia withdrew from the war. Russia withdrew from the First World War, and due to that Britain and France, who were already in a difficult situation in the First World War, now had to face a lot of problem. Okay, and on the other side, in the same year 1917, America joined the First World War. So what happened? What prompted America or USA to join the First World War? So let me tell you that it was all about the violation of neutral shipping countries. America was a neutral country. Okay, and Germany started a submarine attack. And let me tell you, my dear, Britain's newest and the fastest Atlantic liner, a new ship, the name of the ship was Lustania. Okay, or we can call it Lustania, which had sailed from New York to Liverpool. The newest and the fastest Atlantic liner, a very new ship, had sailed from New York to Liverpool. New York is in America and Liverpool is in Britain. Okay, so that has sailed. So when Lustania reached the coast of Ireland, or we can say when this Lustania ship reached the Irish coast, was struck by a torpedo. A submarine had a hit with a torpedo, and within a minute, my dear, the entire ship sank into the bottom of the water. ठीक है, पूरा जहाज समुंदर में डूब गया. Okay, and just imagine that if this ship had sailed from New York to Liverpool, then obviously the passengers were Americans. American passengers were there, European passengers were there, and mostly they belonged to a first royal family of America. And this had offended the American citizens. Why it is so? We are a neutral country, and why did they target the neutral country? So that is not at all permitted as per the international law. But actually the main intention of Germany was to strike and break the supply chain of America. That also we'll discuss. The first and the foremost important reason behind America joining the First World War was the Lustania Incident. Okay, Lustania Incident. The people of America were very much offended. They were very much upset. Why did they do so? What did we do? We are not involved in the war. Then why our innocent citizens were killed in the submarine attack? Okay, then the people of America were left with two options what to do. Let us say three options were there in front of them. Either they should keep quiet, and impose a certain embargo on Germany, or to reply them with a war. What to do? Then the majority of the people of America, they were in favor of teaching Germany a lesson, that was war. They were ready for the war. That means to declare war against Germany. And at that time, Woodrow Wilson was the president of America. So he, with the opinion of the people, declared war on America. So it was 6th of April 1917, America jumped into the First World War from the side of Allied powers. On the other side, Axis powers were there. Germany was there, Austria-Hungary was there, right? So they were fighting against Britain and France. Britain and France were in very difficult situation, and when Russia withdrew, they became a little weak, and when America joined the war, they became more and more powerful. Okay, so America joined. So do you think that Lustania Incident is the only reason behind joining the war? So many more reasons were also there. So if we look deeper into the history of American war, or the First World War, or American history, we come to know that the Americans' economic and commercial interest was badly affected by German submarine attack. So Americans supplied huge wars loaded with weapons to the European belligerents, and the biggest buyers from Europe were Britain and France. Britain and France were the biggest buyer of American weapons. So war was going on, so weapons were supplied. So the American businessmen, they thought that if this continues, then definitely our commercial interest will be very much hampered. So American capitalist and the merchant class became furious of losing their trade if this continues again. Okay, so the commercial interest of America were also badly affected. So the American businessman pressurized America that the position of European warfare is not in favor of Britain and France. So if Britain and France is losing the war, then Germany will rise as a monolithic power in front of America, and that is going to hamper their trade and commerce in future. So this is also one of the reason. Now next one is that the American senators, the senators of America, they were of the opinion, they had a fear that the balance of power will be threatened. Right now Britain and France were there, so they had no problem with America. So once Britain and France is defeated, as during that time the situation was very critical for Britain and France. So if Germany wins, so as I told you, Germany will rise up as a monolithic power, superpower, and America had to face a new enemy, that was Germany. So we need to balance the power. So right now we definitely need to support or jump into the war from the side of allies, that is Britain and France, to maintain stability in the world politics. Okay, that is why so Americans also supported in this matter. Okay, now let me tell you, my dear, one very important thing, my dear, when America was discovered by Christopher Columbus, right, most of the people who went and settled in America were from Britain and France. Those who had suffered religious persecutions in Britain and France, they went and settled in America, a new found land, a new continent. Okay, and they developed a separate identity. So their forefathers, if you talk about Americans, their forefathers were from Britain or France. So they have that means they had soft corners. Americans had soft corners for Britain and France. So Britain and France were losing ground everywhere in the First World War, and Americans were not happy with that. So they wanted America to support Britain and France in the First World War. Okay, so US citizens were descendants of Anglo-Saxons, race to which Englishmen belong. They also belong to the same race, Anglo-Saxons. Americans also belong to the same race, Anglo-Saxons. Okay, so this is why America, though the reason is Lustania incident, but other probable causes were also there that force. Suppose for example, if Lustania incident could not have taken place, then America would not have joined the war. No, it is not like that. According to my point of view, my dear, definitely after few days, America definitely would have joined the war to support Britain and France to maintain stability and to balance the power in the world. Definitely that could have taken place. Okay, and one more thing, my dear, many of the American bankers had given a lot of credit to England and France. Many of the American bankers had given a lot of credit to England and France. So if by chance, if Britain and France is defeated in the First World War, then their money is gone. Their money is definitely gone. So what do you have to do? You have to keep them alive so that in future you may get back your money. So American bankers had given a lot of credit to England and France. So when the course of the war turned against Germany, against Britain and France, then German made massive attack on Britain and France. So capitalist class in America, they pressurized the American government, okay, to give active support to the Allies. The businessman in America, they pressurize the American government to support the Allies, that means Britain and France. Otherwise their money definitely would be lost. Their money would be lost. So it is not that Lustania incident only was the reason for America in joining the war, but many other reasons were also there, like they had a close relations with the people of Britain and France people. They belong to the same Anglo-Saxon race, okay, and mostly the businessmen, the big traders and the merchants, they had invested a lot of money there, so their money would be lost if Britain and France is losing the war. Okay, so these were some of the reasons, my dear, due to which America joined the war. Or the question is, why did USA join the First World War? It was a European warfare. Triple Alliance also were from European countries. Triple Entente were also from European countries. America belonged to a different continent. Then why did America join the war? So big question in front of the students, in front of the many of the students who have not gone through this part in detail. So I have explained you in a simple language due to these reasons. In class 10, you studied only about a Lustania incident due to which America joined the war. So now little bit few more detailed explanation I have given over here. So hope you all have understood this part. Okay, so we'll meet again in next class. Till then, take care, stay safe, bye bye.